Did you know there's an OTT alternative that's better and it's also free? This is Cramit. This plugin is made by Sample, one of my favorite free plugin developers. I love making videos where I share free tools that are excellent, and if you appreciate that, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like, and also share it if you want. Now, not all of their plugins are free, but the ones that are excellent. So let's go back to Cramit. It has the multiband dynamics of an OTT, but it also has a distortion after that, which is based on wave shaping. What makes it better for me is that you can bypass the effect per band, you can also solo the bands so you can hear what you're doing, and you can choose the crossover points. And of course the fact that it also has a distortion. It has replaced OTT for me because despite having more controls, it goes straight to the point, so you can just set it and forget. Not only that, in case you need it, it also has oversampling. Now, there's also a paid version for this, and you may think that the free version is a way to get you want the paid version, and that's not true. You can perfectly use the free version without needing the paid version. There are three main differences. One is the UI. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just different, especially for the wave shaping distortion. Secondly is linear phase, so you won't flip the phase on the crossover points. And thirdly, you can change the slope of the filters and also choose to use 1 band, 2 bands or 3 bands. But in my opinion, I maybe need those features at maximum 1% of the time, so you're perfectly fine with the free version. The second free plugin is Delay. It has 2 E's. And in my opinion is one of the best, if not the best, free delay out there. And you can also use it as a reverb, but more of that in a moment. It has a lot of different parameters that even some paid delays don't have. Of course you have your standard things like changing from milliseconds to syncing to your project, choosing ping pong, changing the feedback and the spread and whatever else. Then a little bit more rare, you can add modulation to the pitch of the delay. And it also has a ducking, so when the dry signal is making sound, the volume of the delay is going to be lower. But then it has other features that still many delays have, but are not as common. For instance, adding distortion to the wet signal. The crazy thing is that it has 11 different types of distortion.
There's a sweet, sweet feel to your energy. There's a calming sound in your melody. Promise me you'll always remember me.
Then the other kinda rare feature is the diffusion, which can convert this into a reverb, and a pretty good sounding one.
I don't need a lover to be free. I just need another to believe. Baby, won't you come real close and dance tonight with me?
What makes this even better is that it has 5 different types of delay.
Lost in the dark. Can't see where you are.
So you can use this for a simple delay or for an experimental and crazy effect. Now the last feature, you know that I love this, it has a randomizer button.
You write for me, I write for you. You write for me, I'm right for you. You and me, just us two. 1, 4, 3, I love you.
They are so fun to use because they can give really crazy results. Now there's also a paid version, but the differences are not many. The Platinum edition has 2 more modes, frequency and pitch.
There's nothing I wouldn't do. Give you a piece of me.
And it adds 4 more types of distortion. Now there's also input and output sliders, and we can pan the wet signal. The way I see it, the paid versions of Cramit and Delay are more to support the developer, and you also get extra stuff. Now there's one more free plugin that I want to show you. I already mentioned this one on my latest free plugin video, you can go and watch it right here. But of course I have to mention it again. Spoton is the best free Autotune alternative I've heard. It's even better than other paid alternatives. The only reason is that Autotune plugins can introduce some artifacts when trying to pitch correct something that's very out of tune. So as far as I heard, Spoton is the one that introduces less artifacts.
Sometimes I feel guilty for wanting more. My heart is beating under the floor. Sometimes I feel guilty for wanting more. My heart is beating under the floor.
Still sounds like Autotune, of course, but the result is cleaner, at least for me. And honestly, it's amazing because Autotune and other paid alternatives are always very expensive. Now, those are the free plugins, but please stay for a little while because the paid plugins are very unique and amazing too. And as I said, the price for them is very low. For instance, we have Flutter or Fatter, I don't know how to read it. Probably can be both. It's a multiband wave shaping distortion, and as you can see here, it has a lot of different kinds of distortion. It's very easy to use, very intuitive, and the results you can get are crazy. Next up is one that's very unique. Further is a 3D spatial reverb. There are some plugins that recreate 3D spaces, and this is a great alternative for the price. On the x-axis you have left and right, that's panning, and on the y-axis you have front and back. So let's make an experiment. Close your eyes and imagine I'm with you in your room. Please don't make it weird.
Hello, how are you? This is just a test. Just a test.
It's crazy, right? I mean, for me it works perfectly. You can even choose 3 types of spaces: hall, stadium, and room. Nace is pretty simple, it's an exteriorizer effect. It works with noise. I think it's called noise assisted stereo enhancer or something like that. I'm not sure how the noise assistance works, but the results are pretty nice. Of course, you have to be careful to not destroy the mono signal and whatever else, but it's a creative effect. SSF is a dual filter rhythmic thing. The way it works is that you make envelopes that you chain together on different time signatures, and then of course you apply that to a sound. Now the great thing about it is that it has a ton of different filters, so you can really get experimental with it. And finally we have clips, which is a clipper, compressor, and gate. Honestly, I've been using it mostly as a clipper because it's very transparent. It can make the sound go louder without introducing distortion, and with this transient knob you actually preserve the transient, so the clipper is not cutting too much of the sound. So let me know your opinions in the comments down below, if you have tried 6 sample plugins or not, and of course the invitation is that you go and at least try the free ones. Thank you so much for watching, I will see you next time, and bye bye!